So recently I've been doing a lot of self-reflecting. And in that self-reflecting, I started thinking about the me when I was like 18, 19, and just so many mistakes I made. So many. Oh my goodness gracious. As I was journaling about it, I thought to myself it would be a great idea to make a video on the financial advice I would give to my younger self. Even if you're older than me, you may be able to learn or just relate to some of the points I'm making. In the comments, let me know what are some pieces of advice you would give to your younger you if you could go back in time. It doesn't have to be just financial. You could talk about anything, dating, whatever. Also, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, and let's get started. I'm gonna start this video. Oh my god, I have big ears. Whatever, embrace it, embrace it. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna start this video off with jobs because I feel that that is where I made the most mistakes. If you're new here, I have worked over 16 jobs, and the only reason why I say over is because I counted 16, but I could be forgetting maybe 2 or 3. So many things about jobs that I wish I would have known. Let's start off with the fact that I had no idea what a 401k was. If your job offers employer match, meaning you put in a percentage and they either match you or they invest more, do it. That is free money. Your job is giving you money for investing your own money, right? So when you walk away, not only do you have your money, but also their money. I didn't know that. But then when I found out about the 401k, because someone told me very briefly, I invested in it, and then as soon as I quit my job, I cashed it out. That's another thing you don't want to do. I would have had so much money if I would have left my 401k alone. I'm still mad at myself about that, but you live and you learn, and I've learned, and I would never do it again. Even if you don't have like a really giant amount, that money grows, right? And it grows pretty fast. On top of that, you don't want the penalties. I didn't know about that, and the taxes. You live and you learn. Another thing when it comes to jobs, I feel like when you're young, they always try to lowball you, and they will always ask me this question. So how much are you looking to make? Don't ever say, oh, well, I'm trying to make 14 an hour because you were making 11, but really they pay 17. For the corporate jobs that I worked at, they all ask me that question. How much are you looking to make? Blah, blah, blah. What are your salary requirements? And I always lowball myself. And the reason why I know that is because I would talk to other people who would discuss their salary, and I'm like, how much you make? Let the job make the first offer, and then you offer up. And never take the first offer, ever. I already mentioned the 401k, but just in general, start saving up for the future you. Don't have that, well, I'm young mentality. Take advantage of that. You're young. So you saving now, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's a little $10, $25 a month, baby steps are still a step. Do it. Save money now. Me, I didn't start saving money until later, but I wish I would have started saving when I had my first job on down, because boy, I would have been rich. Well, my version of rich. Another thing I want to mention is to just, you don't always have to find your passion in a job. You can find your passion in other things. So let a job be a job. If you notice that you keep going into this career field and then this one and this one and this one, and you still don't connect with anything, that is okay. That's normal. A lot of people don't love their jobs. As long as you can deal with it and you're not stressed and you don't hate it, let your job just be a job. It doesn't have to be anything deep. You don't have to have chemistry with your job. You don't have to marry it. Okay. So let's get on to the next topic, which is my favorite. Let's talk about credit. Y'all already know, since I had all that debt, that my credit was very ugly. It was like a 543. Let's break this down. As soon as you get off this video, go look up some credit videos. Learn about credit. Credit is a good thing. If you use it right, if you do right by it, it can really change your life. They don't teach you about these things in school, which they should. Again, when I run for president, I got you. Because I'm going to talk about that. I feel like we need to talk about credit in school, because I knew nothing about credit. I learned through trial and error, and that just really ended up hurting my score. My score right now is like a 730 something, so I ended up building it back up. But number one, please don't borrow more than what you have. When I bought my car, when I was using my credit cards, I was spending money that I did not have in my bank account. Do not do that. That is how you get into deep debt. Understand that just because you can afford the payments, that doesn't mean that you can actually afford the item. I always looked at the payment amount, not the actual full dollar amount. Don't do that. I am not going to sit here and say, don't buy a new car. Don't. No, I'm not going to be that person. What I am going to say, though, is when you borrow money, make sure you can pay it back, and make sure you can pay it back pretty fast. You do not want to have debt sitting for years and years and years. Of course, this excludes your house, because, you know, A lot of us are not going to have cash to buy a home outright. Anything else, you need to have the dollar amount in your account. Can we get on the topic of credit cards, especially when you're young? And let's say you apply for a student loan or anything that starts reporting to your credit, you're going to start getting offers, right? When you use your credit card, you are not only paying the balance you owe, you are also paying whoever you have your credit card with to hold that balance for you. So if you have a high 27.99% interest, you are paying a big chunk to the credit card people. Companies like that prey on the poor, they prey on the young. So you just got to be careful with that. Something else when it comes to credit cards, I did not know to not use the full amount. Let me tell you something. When I got approved for my first $500 credit card, guess how much I used? $500. I sure did. So my credit score dropped and I was confused because if you want me to build credit, I need to use it, right? Yeah, you use it, but use 30% or less. Always. That's the key. 30% or less. So if you have a limit of 1,000, only use 300. When it reports to your credit, if they see that you use like a really high percentage, that goes into your utilization, which is a part of your credit. I have to do a whole video on this, but if you have a very high utilization, it looks bad to other people. So when you apply for other things, they're going to be like, no, you borrowed this amount of money. So it makes it look like you don't have the money. And truth be told, you probably don't. It's okay. You live and you learn. But that's why I say 30% or less always. All right. The next topic I want to get on is spending and budgeting. Let's talk about budgeting first. Number one is start budgeting now. It is not the most fun thing. Don't get me wrong. I would much rather be doing something else, but you need a budget. Go ahead and start working on a budget now. But with that budget, create a budget that also includes fun. From ages 18 through 21, I had no savings. I spent every dime that I made. But once I hit 21, and because I had so much debt and stuff, then I did the complete opposite, which is I saved all my money and I didn't spend it. You gotta find balance. Being too drastic with either or will affect you negatively either way. Being too strict on yourself, being too free on your budget. You gotta figure out a medium. Also with that, let me tell you something. When you are young, you're not making a lot of money. I mean, some people are, but I wasn't. When you're cheap, you buy it twice sometimes. So know when to spend. When it comes to your car, please do not be cheap. Go get it fixed by someone who knows what they're doing. Get quotes all the time. That's something I didn't know. That's a real big one. I will always go with the first person. Don't do that. Take it to 3 or 4 mechanics. People always take advantage of young people. And being a young woman, I have experienced this so much. There was a mechanic that I had who I like trusted him. Right before I moved to Jacksonville, I had something happening with my car. And so I asked him how much I would have to pay for it. He told me like $500. I ended up talking to my uncle and he was like, no, that's not that much money. It ended up being $175. So listen to your big sis. Get quotes. Do not trust anyone when it comes to your money. People are greedy. And I know that sounds bad, but you know what else it is? It's true. It's a fact. You cannot trust everyone when it comes to your money. And I don't care what anyone says. I don't depend on one mechanic for anything now. It's like, how much you charge? Okay, go next door. How much you charge? Okay, go to the next one. How much you charge? And with the quotes, don't ever tell what you've been quoted, because all they're going to do is just go a slight bit lower than what you previously heard. And the whole time, it may be a third cheaper. But because you said, so I went to this mechanic and they said that they want me to pay $600, they're going to be like, you know what? I'll do it for $550. And you thinking, I'm going to save $50. When it comes to everything in life, your home, your car, whatever it is, never tell how much someone else is charging. Wait and see what they're offering. Another big thing that will help you save money is just reading the reviews before doing anything. I am Review Isha. You can look me up on Google Reviews. I'm a star reviewer. Yeah, because I read reviews. I want to know what I'm getting myself into. I want to know before I spend my money on this, what are people saying? Even when it comes to jobs, you better go on Glassdoor. Oh, it will save you some headache, because I'm telling you, they're going to tell you the real deal tea, and they usually right. Something else I would mention, and this is why I spent so much money in my early teens going into my 20s, is stop trying to fit in. I didn't care about a lot of the stuff I was buying. I just wanted to look the part. You know the whole reason why I bought a new car? Did I ever tell y'all that? The real reason is because I went to a party and my car was so old, it would do this squeaking thing every time you cranked it. And a guy at the party, I don't even know this man's name, said, dang, baby, you need a new car. When I tell you I got a car the next day, worried about what other people were thinking and saying. Even with my clothes, I was trying to get into designer. That ain't me. I feel like there's a lot of things that we do, especially because we're in the social media age. We do it for other people and not for ourselves. And you may not get this until you're nearing 30. Stop caring about these people. They don't pay your bills. It is okay to be different. Dave Ramsey has this quote that says you're gonna have to live like no one else so that you can live like no one else. Keep that in mind. Be original, be different. I always try to live a life for other people. Y'all probably see in my videos I wear the same outfits a lot because I just stopped caring. Like, people don't care what I have on. If you truly enjoy clothes and the shoes and the cars and stuff like that, don't deprive yourself. But what I'm saying is, if you don't care about that, that is okay too. I ask one favor: give yourself some grace. You don't know. Okay, you're learning you every day. Every year you're gonna learn you. And even though I'm almost 30, I still don't know a lot of things, and I'm still learning new things. I'm good at money now, but it took all those mistakes I just told y'all to get here. So we don't know what it's gonna take for you to get to where you need to be. Give yourself some grace. It is okay. You are good. There's no handbook on how to do life the right way because everyone is different. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you have any video requests about anything I mentioned in this video, let me know down in the comments. I will do it, of course. I have no life, y'all. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram at @the_upgrade_Kiki, and I will see you all in the next video.